Gentlemen, boys and girls, and to all the fans of Eplan, welcome to Every Friday with Eplan Tip. Magic begins to raise the standard. So, what is the today's topic? Today's topic is to want to understand if you want to create any report or a form. If I come across with any additional parameter, if I want to add, is programming required, or it be easily done if I know the property name, right? So, to understand better on the form, so what we do it is we'll dig a little deeper. So first we'll understand what is a basic form, what all the informations will be fed there, okay, what all the mandatory things are required for that. So once you understand on this, and after that if you start adding lot other things, it will not be that difficult for you. So understanding the basic requirement for the form is something which is very important for us, and also we'll try to see that what all the different types of reports can be created. If somebody asks you, can I create a Ferru list, means connection list in Eplan. So somebody asks you the device tag list, or if they say terminal diagram, connection diagram, cable diagram, all those things. Is it possible with help of Eplan? We'll also try to see that, okay, all those things. So before we start, I also want to tell you that first you should know what is form. So remember that when I talk about a report means in Eplan, the terminology, what you need to know is form. So in the form, you have some 40 different kinds of forms are available, but it all depends on the kind of project what you do. At least you should be able to know some 5 to 6 different kinds of forms can be created, okay, but it all depends on kind of project what you do. There is no limitation that what all the forms you want to create it in Eplan. So then you should know what is this placeholder text, okay. So why this placeholder text is required for the form. And then most important is this, what is this data area? So how that information is multiplied there, and how correctly it restrict at that place, and when it goes to the next page, what is that makes it to tell you that how it go in that particular page, till how many rows can come over there, and how, at what place it has to stop. All those controls, where exactly it happens, we will try to understand. And another thing is, while creating those things, we need some graphic, right? To put a rectangular, drawing a line, placing some text, graphic text, and all those things. So you should also be aware about it. Then it becomes easy for you to work on that particular form. So without delay, what do we do? We'll quickly switch to Eplan. So what I do, I'll jump to Eplan. This is what I was trying to say. See, automatically how these forms and all those things are coming out. So what we do it is, now we'll try to create one form. So we'll try to take a summarized part list, and we will try to, okay, apply that particular summarized part list, and we'll try to see how the report comes and all those things. So for that, first what I'm doing it is, I'm going to form, and remember that I'm going to open. So always remember, it all starts in the master data. So right now I'm trying to create it, so I'm just going with open, okay. So always I suggest you that whenever you want to create anything, it's better that the standard one you can copy and start editing the way you wanted to have it. So then what I do, first I have a various types of forms are available. You can see that when I click here, as I said earlier, so you will have some various different types of forms are available. So right now I'm interested in this summarized part list, which is F02. Summarized part list is nothing but it will club the bill of material together and it will tell you that what is the total quantity. If you go with the part list, means individual one. So that is a big difference what you will be having it. Apart from that, if you see it, you have a device tag list, device connection diagrams, you have a Ferru list, nothing but connection list, cable diagram, cable overview, all different forms are available. Sometimes you may say that I don't have access to connection diagram and all those things. The connection diagrams and all those things depends on the kind of module what you use, okay. So it depends on those lines. So now I'm clicking on the summarized part list. So you have various forms are available. So when I select any one particular form, you will be having two types of forms will come across. So one we normally call it as a static form. The other one, the one with no, not a fixed boxes, we call it as a dynamic form. So this is the one which you can see it. This is just a dynamic form, means you can decide how many boxes are supposed to come. So that is called dynamic form. So now what I'm doing it is, this particular form, I'm saying right click, and after that I'll say copy, and after that I'll paste on that, then I'll say right click, and I'm renaming it. So I don't want to edit in the existing standard forms. So I'm just creating a one form for this. So I'll say that this is ET, okay, and after that I'll just put TRG training. So then what I do, I'll say double click, automatically the form is opened here. So here what I want to suggest you that, so here lot many things are already added, and this is which you will be not knowing how exactly they are done. So what I do it is I'll delete whatever is shown in this form. So just to explain you how exactly this form will be created for you to quickly understand these things. So when I press U, you will not see any forms are available in this case. Correct, right? So to get those forms, so we will start it here. And whenever, if there is any invisible things are available, you have to just press U so that you will be able to see it. Right now, even if I press U, I'm not able to see anything. Invisible things are there. So right, we will start it. So I'll go to insert. So here I'll start with the rectangular, and this is an interactive window. You can observe it. When I switch here, you can see the window is different. When I switch to the form, you can see the window is different. So this is very important for you to know that this is an interactive window. And the beauty of Eplan is if you press Control Tab, you can switch between the windows. Control Tab. So you can hit a Control Tab. This will be the window for you to have a shortcut how to switch between the windows there. Okay. So here what I do, I'll take a rectangular and I'll click on this. So I want to say that what is the maximum length? Yeah, it would be 396 or something. What I do, I can type. If you remember that GA, what I have shared with you. So if you know that 4 quadrants, right now I am in the 4th quadrant. My X is plus, whereas Y is minus. So what I do, my first value is X. So I'll put 396 space. So in quadrant, you will normally see comma, but here we have to give space. And how much I want to say, I'll say minus 6 and I'll say enter. Then you see that automatically this particular rectangular box is ready for me to have it. Then what happens is then I can type a text T, then I can add whatever required. So I'll say that it is a serial number so that I can just mention what is the serial number. So after that I'll say click. Then you can place whenever you're working on form, I suggest you that please switch the grid to 1 mm. Right now you are in 4 mm. So what I do, I'll switch to 1 mm. So whenever you see that if the grid is not on, you can also switch on the grid. This is very important. So now I'll type text. That whatever text I typed it earlier, it will be still available. So then what I do it is I'll just place the serial number over here so that you can see that the way you will be getting it. I'll just keep the minimum text. So what I do, I'll select this, and after that what I do, I will say duplicate. Okay. Then I'll press X, or the other way I can do it is there are different ways. I'll say copy. Then I'll say Control V. It goes somewhere, some other place. Always remember to bring it in a straight line. You can press X or Y, any one of them. So I'll normally press X so that I'll get an ortho kind of thing. I can go to different places there. So I have a serial number. Then I need a part number. After that I need a detailed description. After that I need a quantity. After that I need a make. And after that I need a manual with a QR code, and after that I need a DT where all it is used. So like this I want to just add a different text over there. So now once I have made these things, now what I do quickly, I want to edit these things. So I'll say this is a part number. Okay. Then what I do, this is a description. DSCRITION, description. Very good. And after that what I do it is this one. I want to say that okay, you're taking a quantity, correct? And after that you can go here and I'll say this is a make, correct? And after that I would say that this is a link. For example, I want to just bring the link here, and after that I'm interested in capturing all the device tags. So I'll say that I need to have a device tags. Similarly, if you want to have the references and all those things, you can keep on adding it. Okay, all those things are possible. So next what you require, you need a separator line. So what do? You will go with the line. So you can select it. So when you go close to this, when you click it, you will see that red box. The red box will appear only if you have made this object snap on. Otherwise, that will not be on. So you will be having a red box. After that, you will press X so that it will come in the straight line. Then once I select the bottom one, automatically again I'm getting a square. So means it is in the line. So I'll say click OK. Then you see that automatically this line is coming up. This is perfect. So when I go to this particular rectangular box, you can see what is that. See line thickness and all those things it shows. Similarly, if I go to this line also, you will have those informations coming in this fashion. Okay. So now what I do, I'll select this line. I'll say copy. Then what you have to do? You have to say Control V. Then if you press X, wherever you want to place that box, you can place it. If it is a equidistance, go with duplicate. If it is not a equidistance, go with this Control C, Control V. This is very effective. So I can just push wherever I require. See, automatically I can have it, all these things will come in this fashion. So I can have a quantity here, and after that I can have a make here, link here, device tag, yeah, all different. You can add more other things also will come in those line. So maybe I'll just try to push. For example, it had a more space or like this. So what I want to do it is I want to give more space for, so that X is always better for you to have a control. Okay. So whenever I press so X1, so you can take control of that where exactly you want to place it. See, I can just push in this fashion. So now what I want to do it is in the link also I want to just, so I want to push this entire link again on the right side so you can have it in this fashion. So after that I just want to push make here. So if you want the order number or any others, lot other things we can bring it here. So similarly I just want to push the quantity here. So I will be having a quantity in this fashion. So now I got a description. So now what you have to do it is I'll select these lines. By pressing Control, I'm making a selection. By mistake, if I select something, again press Control and select it, it becomes deselect. So this is the easiest way to do it. Then you will select all these boxes the way you wanted. Then the easiest way to make that replication below is press D, and it will ask that it is in the fourth quadrant, right? So in my fourth quadrant, my X is 0 because I'm not changing that X position, but I'm only playing with Y position. After that, what I do, I'll press space -6. So it will ask how many quantities, 1 is good enough. So once I say click OK, now you see that automatically the box is coming in this fashion. So this is so easily you will be able to get it in this fashion. So next important thing what you have to remember is if you want this data to be multiplied, if you want these informations and this particular information to be multiplied, always remember that two things need to be added. These are the basic things which is required. One is we have to draw an intelligent box called data area, and inside that we have to give all the placeholder text. So this is the one which you have to do it if you want to multiply those informations based on the project what you are getting. Okay, that's very important for you to get those information. So how do you get? If you go to forms, here is a placeholder text. So once you click on this placeholder text, okay, generally that window will open, and after that if you go to placement, this is the one which will come handy there. What is this? This is a property. If you want to add more than two properties, then this will come handy. Properties formatted and calculated. So what I do right now, I'm just going with property. So in the future videos, I'll also show if required the property formatted and calculated. So here what I do, I can just go here. You can go to the record and then you can add. So whether I need a consecutive numbers, what I required, all those things I can just add it. I'll say click OK. Then you can say that where exactly it has to be placed. Okay. So this one you will be having it on the same lines. I need the other things also should be keep coming. So what I do it is I'll make a Control C, and after that I'll say Control V. Then if I press it, I can just decide where all I want to place it. Okay, this one I want to place it here. This one I want to place it here. So this one quantity can be here. My make can be here, and my link can be here, and my design tag will be here. So like that, you will be having different things will come. The first one you can remember that we have just made it record. Second one I'll double click and I need to modify that because it cannot be a record. So what is that? You need a part number. So what do? You browse. So this is where you have to understand where exactly the part number will be available. Where do I put my data and how to find out that. Sometimes when you get wrong, yeah, sometimes what you have to do, you have to also do a what I mean to say that you have to just type what you required, and after that you have to play with this list whether I'm getting what I'm looking for that. Sometimes when you don't get that information in the form, come back here, modify the form till you do. Means R&D you have to do it. So once you do the R&D and if you get to know which is the actual property which you are looking for, automatically those things can be easily taken. Now I got a part number. So after that what I do, I'll say click OK. Now I'm getting this part number. So then I'll come to description. Now what I do, I want to have a detailed description. So what I do, I'll say DIS. So automatically it is not available in the record. Now I'll say part. In the part, I can get this description. So you also have a part 1 designation. That's where if you understand those property names more and more, you can decide what sort of property you're looking and what you want to show it in Eplan. Okay, that is a beauty there. So once you add it, the best part with this is this cannot be accommodated in one single line, right? Sometimes the description becomes so big that it can cross that particular width and go to the next line. No, I want to limit the width, but height can be modified. So if I want to limit the width, and if I want to say that it has to be limited, then remember it can be only happen through format. So in the format, what I do, I'll say activate, and after that I'll say width is fixed, remove breaks. I don't need unnecessary breaks and all those things. And here I can say what is that required. So width, even if you're given more, then later we can modify. That's not a problem. So height, if you want to say that how much height it has to be there, all those things you can just have it. And then I'll say click OK. Then you will have a box in this fashion. So here what you can do is this box you can stretch to till what place it can come. So what happens is now the text, the way it goes in this direction, if it exceeds there, automatically it will come down. So that control we can give it under form property. We can tell if I have any text which can go beyond this, it has to extend this box. So this can happen if I have it in a form property. This is very, very important. Okay. And after that, if I need a quantity, yes, here also I can switch it. So sometimes what you have to do it is you have to look for total. So sometimes what happens is this total will be available at multiple places. Even if I go to that part, here also I have some total. But remember that this is where I said some R&D you have to do it. Then you will be able to get it. Okay, I need a total amount, number of units. So this is one which you can automatically get in this particular place. And this particular one, if you see it, it is getting too big. So is it possible that I don't want to see, can I see that which is a special placeholder text and which is a normal text? Yeah, you can see it. How? If you switch to view, okay, you go to view, just a minute, view, and the beauty is you have to just click on this property as a number. It will tell you that which all the ones is intelligent text and which all the ones is normal text. You can see that. See, this is an intelligent text it is showing you. Correct? Now I'll go to the make, and then on the same side, make you will not have it. You have to search for either supplier or manufacturer. So where exactly you are entering the detail, depending on that you will be able to get it. So manufacturer. And similarly now if you say that I need a link, then you have to tell that what is that link you are looking for. So in Eplan normally they will call it as a file and external document. So your first link, the one which you are trying to create it, can become a link for you. So do you want to create as a link, or okay, this particular data the way you wanted, so these informations you will be having it. So how you want to see it on these lines. So here you can see that you will be having it, this particular one, the one which you have it in the part, this is a external document, correct? So this is the external document. Here when you have it, so if you want to limit that box and all those things, if you want to do it, so here you have this alignment, and I can decide what should be the box height and all those things I can do it. And you have an option here to display. What is this? I don't want to display as a text. I want to display as a QR code. So it will display as a QR code for you. So then you can say select OK, but that box you have to limit it in such a way that it should be inside the box so that you can see the QR code. Generally when you have a QR code, better that we have to increase that box to 8 mm, but in this case I just made it as 6 mm height, but that we have to remember. That is very important for you. So I limited width, height and remove breaks, and I went with QR code. So I will be able to get a QR code. Then if I need, can get a device tag? Yeah, definitely. Why can't? So if you go to the property, that is where I'm saying, once you understood what all the things it can be done, definitely you can explore a lot many things. So once I say DT, are you interested in DT full or DT display? If you want the location, function, everything DT full. If you just need a DT, yeah, you can get a DT also there. So I can select the DT, and after that I'll say click OK, you will be getting it. But in this case also you can see that if there are some 20 components, all those DTs will be coming. But if it is continuous, then it will say dot 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 and it will give you. But if it is a different DTs, then it has to be limited. So how to limit? Again, you have to use the same method. Text width is fixed and remove breaks. And then now I'll say click OK. Then you can limit this box to whatever height it comes. Similarly, if you need any placements, all those things, everything will be available in that particular Eplan. So all that you need to know is when you say placement, you have to search with respect to device tag where all it is available. So those things also we can capture it. Okay. So this is how you will be adding all those things, whatever required. And most important is you have to come to the insert and add this intelligent box is nothing but data area. Okay. So this is very, very, very important. So this intelligent box, you can click here. Okay. Start off that and go to this end. Then what happens is automatically you can see this intelligent box is drawn. And after that, you need to check whether this particular box is capturing all those informations or not. So once you say right click, select associated objects, then you will see that all those things are selected. Once it is selected means you have drawn the form, you have drawn the details, what you have given inside, everything is perfect. So these are all the mandatory things required for any form you take it. One is a placeholder text, other one is a data area box. The more other things you use means you are enhancing the forms. But the mandatory things, as I said earlier, this placeholder text and data area is mandatory. And similarly, if you're using a property, this is a minimum thing which is required. But if you need more than two properties to be added, if I don't get this property, I need the other property, then the other things all will come into the place. Please remember, creating such things is not that difficult. If you want to add any parameter or any property, all that you need to know, it belongs to which group. In that group, what is the name of that parameter, what I'm looking for. So all those things makes a huge difference for you to understand on those lines. And whatever number it shows means it is an intelligent text. It is nothing but a placeholder text. So when I go to view, if I switch off this property as a numbers, it will come back and show as a text there. So this is very important for you to know. When I click on this view, this is an option which will help me property as a number. Okay, this is where you will be able to get all these things. Then what is the second thing you need to know? What is at what height means how many rows I can have it. So what I do, I'll take a dimension from here. So I'll say it should start from here, but it should end here. So I would say that it comes close to 236. Okay, good. And what is that each row height right now I have considered? 6 mm. So with this, I should be able to say that what is that minimum I required in the rows. So what you have to do, you have to just go there here and you say that 236 divided by 6 so that you can get maximum of 39 rows. So this is the rows which I can have it. So as you increase the row height, depending on that, you have to divide by this total one. So according to that, you can accommodate those many rows in that particular form. So now you understood how to add these parameters, how to add placeholder text and data area. If you need more other details, yeah, you can add data footer area, header area, lot many other things will come into the picture. But before we go for that, at least you should have an understanding of this. What is the basic need required for this form? So hope it is clear. Now what we do, we'll go to form property. So in the form property, remember that there are a few things is very mandatory for us to know. So what all those mandatory things, I'll try to highlight you. So for us, first thing you need to know what is a row number of rows, row height, and adapt row height dynamically. These three are very important for us to get in this particular form. So why these three are required is you understood why the number of rows are required. Okay, and now the row height you understood, but why this is required? This is required because we have used something called description. If my description doesn't sit in that 6 mm height, sometimes it can change to 8 mm, sometimes it can change to 10, 12. That adjustment can be done depending on the kind of text what I get it from the parts description. So for that parameter, remember, it can be done if you are activating this particular one. What is that? Adapt row height dynamically. This is very important. So now what I do, I will take number of rows as 38. My row height is 6. Okay. So now I'm taking these informations and after that, yeah, my form handling is dynamic. So all those things are not required for me. But for me, I have to focus on these three things as I said earlier. So if these things are done for me, now I'm good to generate that. Then I can say click OK. Now I can see that by applying this form, do I get those informations available in that the way I'm looking for. So then what I do, I'll just go to tools. I'll go to just click on the generate and see that is it possible to get that summarized part list. Okay. There will be too many summarized part lists are available. So yeah, a lot of filters and all those things are done. So what I do it is I'll try to create a simple one. Okay. So what I do it is I just want to create one simple one. So I'll add one summarized part list here just to show you that how quickly it can be done. So I'll say browse and I'll try to select this particular form over there. I'm not using any filter or anything. So in the document type to show you quickly, I'm just putting as a bomb so that it will be available at the last. Okay. So and after that, what I do it is I want to generate that. You can see that it is in the 6. So I'll say generate and automatically all these things are generated there. So we are just too interested to see that how that form comes. So if I go down, I think somewhere here you will be getting a form here. So now you see that the form you are getting it. So it will tell you that, okay. So serial number, part number, description, you see that automatically how the box got adjusted. It is not overlapping there. Okay. So this one you will be able to see it. So some doesn't have designations, it will not show. See, that it is the way you are getting it and all those things. And here is a link which I was talking about. It automatically you will get a hyperlink the way it goes and fetches you what is required there. So these all are web links are available. So automatically all these things are coming over there. Okay, so it is taking time, but you will be getting all these things. So when I go to this, you will be seeing, see, all these all are links related to the internet one. So this is the one which you will be having it, and see, correctly it will stop at this place. This is the beauty of that form. So even if I have such a bigger description, that adapt row height is taking care of all these things. That is the beauty with this. So automatically you will get all these things can be done easily there. As I said, if it is web PDF one, see, automatically it will try to open in this fashion, but that should be linked with your part. So automatically that will be opened the way you wanted to have it in Eplan. And right now we are just focused on total amount. But if in case you get total length and all those things, yeah, in that same configuration, we can also add the total length also there. So if you want to see that, you take any sample form of summarized part list, in one parameter you would have seen all three would have been added in the same thing. Okay, but I just showed you how to add a total amount, but on the same, if you take the second option, property and calculated, there we can add all these three parameters out there. Okay, so this is how you will be getting the form can be easily done. So by understanding this, tomorrow if you want to add any parameter, I don't think it will be a bigger challenge for you to do it. So all that you have to focus is when you add any parameter, the data area box is something which is very, very important. If you don't put the data area box properly, sometimes the boxes will not come correctly, sometimes the text will not come correctly. So those problems will be always happening. So always you have to, how to check, right click on that particular box and say select associated objects. That will tell you that how exactly that form is done. So just to show you quickly, so this is very important for you. You can add any parameter, make sure that data area box is drawn properly. Right click, select associated objects. If it is selecting everything, means perfect. Sometimes if you don't draw the line properly, those problems and everything will come across. That's the reason I'm saying whenever you start drawing any line or anything, make sure object snap is on. And when you select any line, you make sure that square is coming over there or not. So once you get it, use that Control C, Control V and press X so that it will be in the straight line. So that will ease your problems and it will make you easy to work on. Any sort of forms can be easily generated with help of a Eplan. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't need any programming to add any parameters. It all depends on two places. Either it should be in your drawing, either it should be in your part. If it is available in these two places, anything can be bought inside the report. But what kind of report you're looking, we can suggest you that that report can be extracted either from summarized part list, either from, you can say, the device tag list, either from the connection list, either from that cable diagram, cable overview. All those suggestions we can tell you that what kind of report, what kind of information you are looking, so that that kind of form can be always help you to get on those lines. So hope you understood this one. So how you are getting it, all these things can be done easily with help of a Eplan. So this is what I want to try to tell you. So before I go in the further videos with some advanced things when I show it, so that you should be able to know that at least the basic things, how to add all those things. If you can see in my previous video, I also showed you how to add the conditional forms. But if you don't understand the data area, how to add these placeholder text, then whatever I tell you on those things, it will not be easy for you to try on those lines, right? So this is very important for you to understand. Form requires a simple mandatory things is data area and placeholder text. And it all depends on you that on which group, what property you're looking for. Either you want it from the drawing, either you want it on the parts, either you want it on the connections, either you want it on the device. So all those things will depend and you go and search a particular property name and you do it. Sometimes you may not get what you're looking for. Don't worry. Again, do some R&D, then automatically you will be able to extract it. And some are ready-made forms are already available in our Eplan engineering standard. Go there, download it and start utilizing those forms also there. Okay. With this, I would love to say that please like to load more contents. Please comment to get quality output. Please share to reach the maximum users. Don't forget to subscribe to motivate author. So please remember, my name is Vishnuvardhan Reddy. Jai Hind. Have a nice day.